Hello, good morning. Happy Monday. I'm off today. I'm so excited. I tried to make a video while walking Penny this morning, but people were working and using the blowers and it was too loud. So rude. Anyway, I am outside. Okay, so here's how my ADHD riddled brain has gone this morning. I was like, okay, got up, got ready, walked her, came back. Okay, I'm gonna get all the Christmas stuff out, and that way I can go through it all, box it up, take it to donate. When I thought about putting it at the end of the street, free Christmas stuff, you know, and letting people just get it. I don't know. Anyway, I'll do something with it. Then I went back into my office as I'm taking the little boxes into the office, and none of these boxes are heavy. I think, well, you need to move the plants out of that window so that you can put the tree there, because I had to move all my plants out of my living room into the office, right? Okay, so then I go into my craft room. Then I was like, well, I got to move this stuff off this so I can put the plants in front of this window on this shelf, because the shelf is right there at window height. Long story short, I have not done anything about Christmas except for carried a few boxes into that office. And I moved a plant in there, and then I went to move my mother-in-law's tongue. And I thought, well, gosh, that thing needs to be repotted, because the dirt was looking kind of sad. And I thought, well, I'll go do that right now. It needs a bigger pot anyway. Well, then when I took it out, it had separated into 3 plants. So I put one, and now I'm using 3 smaller pots. It's a whole process. Anyway, and then I had to go and find rocks to go in this one, because this one doesn't have a hole in the bottom. So you like to have rocks in the bottom of your pot so that the dirt won't hold so much water close to the roots, you know what I'm saying? So I put some dirt in the bottom, and then I put some rocks, and now I'm gonna put some more fresh dirt, and then I'm gonna plant the tongue. Why is it called a mother-in-law's tongue? I love these plants though. I think they're so beautiful. Look how it shot off. The other one did that too. And then I just have a single. And if they keep making babies like this, I'll be probably asking people, do they want them?
Oh, I just poured dirt out, and Gracie was under the table, and she's covered with dirt.
That's nice. Penny knows better than to get near me. Oh, the sun's out now. Anyway, I thought of a story this morning, and I thought I would tell you the story. I have a little dirt in the pot, and now we're just, if it's a mother, I don't have a mother-in-law, but my mother's mother-in-law's name was Fran, and my dad's mother-in-law's name was Maud. So I guess this can be Fran and Maud. Anyway, my story. I don't know what brought this story to mind. I've probably told it before, but it doesn't matter. I'm gonna tell it again. Way long time ago, when I worked at the jail, Sherry and I were working in intake, and there was a call out on the radio that there was an escape. An escape. We didn't have escapes from the jail. We've never had an escape from the actual jail, like digging out from the jail. Now, when they've gone to court and got off the bus, they've taken off running, waist chains and leg irons. But anyway, so the deputies in the intake area locked all the inmates in the holding cells and told intake control to not let any more inmates, you know, cops with inmates come in the back door until they got back, because there would be no security in there for me and Sherry. So they take off running, and I look at Sherry and I'm like, so if the inmate has escaped from inside the jail, What if he's in the ceiling? I mean, they don't know, right? He could have climbed. I don't know how he would have done it because they're really high ceilings, but he could have climbed into the ceiling. And I said, what are we going to do if he drops down into the intake area out of the ceiling? We need to have some sort of protection, right? So we start digging through all these cabinets, and we found these humongous flashlights. I mean, those flashlights had to be 2 feet long, and heavy metal, not music, but heavy metal flashlight. Heavy. And I said, well, I'll whack them in the knees and you can whack them in the head, and you know, we can knock them out, and then I'll call on the radio and get the deputies back down here, right? It was a plan. It was a great plan. Here comes another flipping plane. Well, anyway, Brandy, if you're watching, couldn't find my gloves. Anyway, as it turns out, he had gotten in the ceiling. I don't know how he did it, because there was the bottom level with cells, and then there, I don't know, 20 or 25 steps going up to the top tier, and then cells. So it's like 8 foot, you know. I don't know if somebody held him, I don't know. But he got into the ceiling. Well, what he didn't know was the walls in the cells went all the way to the roof. He couldn't go anywhere. So if he was in D6, then he was still in D6, whatever pod or, you know, whatever he was located in. He never got away from that area. Well, meanwhile, while all the deputies are down there trying to figure out where he went, and how they knew they had someone escaped is because every morning when the shift comes in, they do roll call, and they go around and they call the names, and the inmate has to, I don't know if they had to come up and show their ID, I can't remember that part. But anyway, they had to account for each inmate to make sure that everybody was alive and well. And when roll call came, he didn't come. So that's when they started looking for him. I don't know what he thought he was going to do when he got up there and the walls went all the way to the ceiling. I don't know why he didn't just come back down, but whatever. He was still charged with, like, attempting to escape or something like that. I don't know. But meanwhile, down in intake, all those inmates are in that first holding cell. But we had a process that you went in 1 until you were completely booked, and then you went in 2, and then this is for the men, and then when they got dressed out, they would go to 3, and then from 3 they would go to the cell blocks. So they had thrown all these people in 1, and some numbskull in there took his shoe off and hit the sprinkler head. Well, can I tell you how much water comes out of a sprinkler head? It's a lot. So I look over there, and there's all these inmates pressed up against the glass, just soaked, calling for help, trying to get out of the cell. Water was coming out from under the doors. So me, Pippi Longstocking here, or Mary Tyler Moore, I'm not sure which, tells Sherry, I hope a bee don't get after me again. I tell Sherry, I said, well, I'm going to go open the door and put all them in holding cell 2. You got my back? And she was like, yeah. I said, okay. So I went taking off over there, and I opened the door, and I had a bunch of towels, and they were grabbing towels as they went by me. I opened 2, and I screamed at all them, you can't come out and use the phone. You can't come out and use the phone. You stay in there. And I had that big old flashlight on me too. And one of them could have got it and beat me upside the head with it, but thankfully the Lord was on my side that night. So He's always on my side, you know what I'm saying. Anyway, so I'm yelling for all of them to come out of 1 and go into 2 as they're grabbing a towel and saying, can I use the phone? And I'm like, no. And they're all going into 2, and then Sherry slams the door on 2, and I slam the door on 1. Guess what? The guy who knocked the sprinkler head off was still in there. I made him stay. I made him stay. I was like, you can't come out. Nope. I mean, he wasn't going to drown in there because the water was coming out from under the door, and then I threw the rest of them towels in the floor. Well, can you imagine the looks on the deputies' faces when they came back into intake? I wish I remember which deputies it was that was working down there with me, but the looks on their faces had to have been priceless. I don't remember. But they came in and they were like, what happened? And I was like, well, he hit the sprinkler head, and all the rest of them was in there all pressed up against the glass like they were in some sort of fishbowl swimming. So I just opened the door and let them out of 1, and Sherry directed them into 2, and we closed the door, and he was like, cool. Cool. Well, I mean, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. I had been through all the training to learn how to take them down and do all that stuff. I just never really had to do it because we always had deputies, but they wanted us to be trained just in case. So yeah, I just did it. I did it, man. Well, there's that one. I know it's got a strange little offshoot there, but I don't know if I can break that off. And now I have 1 more to plant, and I think it's going to go back in the original pot that from whence it came. Yeah, then I'll have 3 of these. I didn't really want 3 of these, but you know what? I may put it in this pot because this is a cute little pot. Look at that little pot. I did that. You know that. Have y'all ever watched that lady? Oh, now I can't remember her name. Her name's Debbie, and the name of her page is Refresh, Restyle, and Decorate. Anyway, she does that stencil stuff. You know who I'm talking about? I can't remember her name. But it's those stencils that you buy, and they're real easy to use. That's one of those stencils. It's just so expensive. I thought about getting into it and starting, you know, to do videos like that, but I was like, I can't even afford the startup on it. They're expensive. I don't know if they give you a deal when you start up, but anyway, I was like, yeah, that's her thing. I don't want to, because my problem is some people come to you on a craft video and then you don't do crafts all the time, and they're like, I thought you were a crafter. And then some people come because of my silly stories, and if I started crafting all the time, they'd be like, I thought you were here for your silly stories. Well, long story short, I do a little bit of everything because this is just my life, you know? This is my life. So I do a little crafting, I do a little cooking, I do a little repotting. I do a lot of things. And I'm just trying to keep it a little more interesting. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, but this lady did get mad at me the other day in the comments because she said she came here for the crafting. It's like, okay, sorry. Look, I work and I'm busy. And when I can retire from my work completely and do this full time, then I might do more crafting. But until then, Mama's got to work, and Mama's got to take care of her babies, and Mama's got to cook and clean, and Mama's got to get her craft room straightened up. That's another thing I would like to get done this week. However, the way it's starting out, that may not happen. That may not happen. But anyway, putting all fresh dirt in them. I like these because they don't require a lot of care. You know, they're basically cacti. And I bought cactus, palm, and citrus mix. Yeah, That was a heavy bag of dirt. The bigger bags for indoor potting mix that I bought weren't near this heavy. And they're bigger. I don't know what's in this dirt, but it feels damp. So, anyway, Penny's, hold on just a second. Penny's out guarding the yard. What you doing, baby? Are you guarding us? Are you protecting Mama? You're a good girl. You're a good girl. Yes, you are a good girl. Here's my good girl. There's Mama's good girl. Can you say hello to everyone? Say hello.
Hello, everyone.
Say happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Yeah. Mwah. See, I'm the sweetest baby in the whole wide world. Is Mommy embarrassing you? Oh, Mommy's embarrassing that baby. Oh, Mommy's embarrassing. Where's your stick? Do you know where your stick is? Huh? Do you know where your stick is? Let's go get a stick. Yeah, because I don't have anything else to do besides throw a stick. I don't even know if I have a stick because he burned all that stuff. However, he did trim a tree, and now I've got all that. Those aren't sticks. Those are whole entire tree limbs. But hold on. All right, we found a stick. Are you ready? Are you ready? Okay. Dude, you missed it. It's back there. Oh my gosh. Penny, it's back here. Mama stepped in a hole and almost fell. Look right here. Look right here. You ready? Oh, it hit you. Good girl. Oh, that's a good girl. That's a good girl. She loves sticks. Isn't that funny? She's a good girl. Can I have that stick? Can I have that stick? Oh man, she's quick. She's quick. Oh, she's quick, 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 quick. But Mama's quicker. Mama's quicker. You ready? All right, which way? This way? Watch. Look. Oh man, it got tangled up in the bush. I have the best aim to not even try. All right, here it is. Ready? Oh my God. Okay, we're done. We're done. Well, some of you may notice that I'm parting my hair on the wrong side, but I'm not because I'm having to record differently and I haven't figured out how to flip the camera to where I'm not backwards. See, my shirt is backwards. So I have a cowlick. I have a really bad cowlick right here. So my hair only parts here because if I part it here, it don't work. Anyway, that's it for this one. Remember that I love you. Jesus loves you. I hope he's coming back soon because people be crazy. Let's continue to pray for Israel and world peace and each other and all the things, okay? All the things. And I will see you on the next Tracy Tries. Be kind to others, okay? Because we don't know what they're going through. Okay? Just do it. Because I said to, okay? Okay. What is that bar on my head? Oh, it's telling me when I'm straight. Y'all can't see it, but okay. All right. I'm all like, okay, bye. Stop it. Hit the like button. Okay, bye.